extra, read all about it. Aries, this is all about you. This is your weekly oracle and tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Now, this oracle card reading is an energy reading and is not a horoscope, so it picks up on Aries everything energy. So that means sun, moon, rising sign, wherever Aries energy influences your natal chart or influences your life. So if you're dealing with an Aries, pull up a chair because this is some information you're going to want to know. Now, down below there is a link and that leads you to the extended reading. That is a full tarot card spread that articulates and draws out specifics, really personalizes the energies we pick up on here, and it includes your romance reading. So if you're looking for your romance reading for this time, then definitely hop on down there as well. It's all one big reading. Please do click subscribe and ring that bell so that you know when I upload these videos. I upload a new Aries video every single week. Yes, I do personal readings, and that information is in the description box below as well. They are recorded readings, and all you have to do is reach out to me at bornwithoutboundaries@gmail.com and we'll get the ball rolling. Beyond that, I welcome you over to Instagram at born_without_boundaries. Join me because on Instagram, I do a daily reading. All signs, general energy, where we can just exchange back and forth, talk to each other a little bit. So let's get into your reading, Aries. We're going to start with your crowning energy, which is really sort of the theme or the overall climate or feeling of the reading. And then we get that central energy which hatches out the details. And then the grounding energy, which is basically your way out. So we start out with this crowning energy. And we'll sort of guide all the other energies. Okay. So we have a rebirth is assured, and then trust in the magic upside down. So there is a sense of fear. And what I mean by that is there's an inevitable start over. There's an inevitable change that's going to happen. But there is not a sense of acceptance or complete trust in what is going to happen. There is a sense of, I don't want a new start. I don't want a new beginning. I'm not ready for this, or discomfort with the transaction, if you will. This energy guarantees that energy that you're coming out of the dark, that things are going to be, things are going to definitely change, transformative. And it usually means that they're coming into the light. They're going to get better. But with this energy, which is Aquarian energy in reverse, there's a lot of hesitation. There's a lot of sort of almost failure to launch. It's like a new beginning that isn't really welcome. Not really knowing which direction to go, or feeling extremely comfortable with the direction that you see things heading in. Or maybe you just weren't ready for this, Aries. There's a sense of no, 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 no. Trust in the magic. This is the same old thing. That's what's going on. This is the same old thing happening again. And with 66, it most likely has something to do with love and romance. This is not your love and romance reading. We'll go into depth with that later. But this is a sense of, this is the same old thing happening over and over again. Now, if it's not love and romance, it's definitely something that you have been doing and been dedicating a lot of your time to. And it's repeating. The cycle just keeps on repeating. It never had any time to start fresh or to start new. So yes, this is a beginning again, but it's not a new beginning. So let's get deeper into the reading, but we could be looking at beginning again with an old person, or beginning again with the same karmic cycle, karmic partner. Let's see what kind of karmic circumstance if this is a karmic circumstance, because yes, change is happening, but it's not a new change. It's like something that, I think I came close enough to it when I said failure to launch. It's like something keeps trying to happen, but it doesn't. So in other words, you have been stuttering. You have been pushing, battering your head against something for a long time, and nothing has been moving. So there is a sense of frustration, as well as a sense of resignation to almost acceptance of this is the way that things are. But here you have this. In other words, this time around, there's going to be a break through that wall. Transformation is happening. The breakthrough is happening. Get your wings ready. This is an awakening. So a sense of finally realizing what it is that kept you in this loop. A sense of finding that missing piece, Aries, that enables you now to basically, it's almost like you had a whole car built, right? But every time you went to go start it, it just wouldn't start. The gas tank was filled. You thought everything was there. It was missing one little piece. One little piece that was keeping the starter from connecting with everything else. And now it's that you realize it. You realize what piece is missing. And you can fill it in. Now, I'm not saying that you're not still going to be hesitant. Because is this too good to be true? But I do say that this is a breakthrough period where you're finally realizing what it is you need to understand or know to move forward. Let Spirit be your guide. And this is also the energy of 5, 3 plus 2. If you don't know which way to go, admit it, fall back, and allow Spirit to take the wheel. Because there is a sense of being watched over, being guarded, and throw yourself into the body of this animal that can literally hover above things and see things from an objective perspective that enables it to have a clear line of vision. When you're in it, you're in the thicket, it's hard to look out and see things. But there is a sense of stepping back, being objective, or taking some advice from a third party who is objective. Maybe not even somebody who is close to you. You know, because a lot of times when we ask friends or we ask family, they just love us. And that's wonderful. But it's also a sense of they're rooting for us or too much of a cheerleader. You kind of need somebody who's a third party to be objective and just like throw it out there to you. So this is a sense of your awakening and your realization is going to come via a counselor or advice, even from a stranger you meet. I mean, I think coffee shops are starting to open up again. In some random place, an objective observer is going to actually give you the information that you need to move forward. So this is B, peace. 2 plus 1 is the energy of 3, which is Holy Trinity, wholeness, completeness. This actually adds up to 3 as well. Dove is also representative, of peace. Of course, we always see it at weddings as well, which means the Holy Union. The Holy Spirit is here. So you are going to get guidance from above. It is going to come probably in the form of a spiritual message. So that could be a dream. It could be foreshadowing. It could be a sequence of numbers coming at you. It could be songs that you hear repetitively on the radio. Or even, like I said, just like a meeting of a stranger at a random time. You may not even talk to this person, Aries. But it could just be, when you're asking, what do I want to do with my life? And you see somebody walk by in a doctor's coat. Or, it's like, well, where could my next job be? Or, where's my next love affair going to be? And all of a sudden, the bus that was in front of you drives off, and there's a sign for, I don't know, Match.com. And you're like, it's not going to be so subtle that you don't hear it. You're going to hear it. It just may not be so direct. Sorry about that. It just may not be so direct that it is a blatant open message. This is a spiritual message. It's an awakened message. So keep your eyes open. Time to heal. Now this is 55. This is more change. This is Kundalini energy, but it's in reverse. So there's a lot of poison and toxin in here. This has to do with a circumstance that you have kept pent up and pushed down. Now this is your central energy. So this tells me that there's a lot of poison and toxins sitting in your belly. You're very unhappy about something. Your central energy is weighing you down. If this Kundalini energy doesn't get used in a focused way, it can get very unhealthy. So if you have found yourself doing more drugs lately, drinking more lately, having sex with random people lately, I'm not pointing the fingers, I'm just saying, or you have felt yourself compelled to that kind of behavior, it is because of this coiling and slow twisting around in your gut, a frustration that is so deep down inside of you now because you've pushed it and pushed it and pushed it down. Maybe when things were more normal, it was easier for you to ignore it because, you know, you guys have uber wonderful focus and you can just focus on what's in front of you. But now something has interrupted and you don't have that distraction. And that's why all this is happening, because that's change is being forced on you. You were too good at ignoring this. And now you can't. And the signs of that will be you're going to start to act out in those very unhealthy, maybe even toxic ways. You're going to start to act out. And that's how you'll know you're actually ready to explode. You're actually ready for this change that you've been trying to suppress, maybe for safety's sake, maybe for tradition's sake, maybe because the status quo was good enough and now it's not. There is a sense of now this can't be ignored anymore, and this coiling and this twisting, sorry about that, this coiling and this twisting is finally going to leap out and spring at somebody, and it could start biting away at you inside. And I wouldn't be surprised if that slow twist, that slow, hungry twist has already started in your gut, because that's your central energy. And then you have let it shine. So you have 5 plus 5 change, of course, but also 10, right? And then you have more 10 energy, which means you're ready. Everything is complete now. Everything is in place. You found that missing piece, and now it's just a sense of you're not going to even have a choice. It's going to spring and leap out of you, this change. You found your direction. This is very Plutonic energy. So yes, something that you have been suppressing is now coming up to the surface, and it wants action. It wants to be activated. This is Scorpionic energy, seeing your way in the dark, being able to see your way through the underworld, spotlighting it, pinpointing it, and knowing which direction that you're going to go in. But this is definitely something that has been, I would dare to say, haunting you for a while. Watch and wait. This is very patient energy. It's also very patriarchal energy. It's very protective. So to me, this tells me that you do have somebody in your corner. You do have somebody who cares. Somebody is trying to watch out for you and guide you. It could be a father figure, could be a husband. It could be some sort of man. It's usually a masculine energy. This is Piscean energy, but seahorses are, the fathers are men. You know, of course the fathers are male. It's a different kind of male, though. It's almost like a wonderful mix of the masculine and feminine, because even though the male seahorse is a male, it gives birth to the young. So there is a sense of almost, maybe even a little bit of, I was going to say role reversal, but I don't think so, because I have Scorpionic energy and Piscean energy. There's just something here that's been out of your reach, like a great veil or a mystery mist has been placed over this. I got to dig deeper into this. You've been waiting for a long time for some sort of light to be cast on those things that you really can't understand. And it's going to be. Magic works through you. This is Cancerian energy. So right now, you have a grand water trine staring at you, staring at me. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And it is transformative. So what this is telling me, especially with this Kundalini energy, coming down right from that root chakra of yours, there's a sense of this is very emotional for you. What have you been suppressing? Have you been suppressing feelings that have to do with your father or a father figure or a male figure, or just your sense of masculinity and femininity and the role that you play, maybe in your relationship, maybe in your marriage, maybe in life in general, some sort of role reversal that's always maybe been forced on you and you don't like it, uncomfortable role reversal, or just a sense of, you know, who am I in this world and in this situation? Finding myself and finally realizing what it is I actually want instead of what I'm after, just what I'm after. Because this is coming out of you. This is definitely your emotions. And this change is like this change is because of you. You're going to be the change here, Aries. It's you. It's nobody else. I think this is something that you need so badly, and maybe you didn't notice it. Maybe you didn't realize how badly you needed this change. Grounding your energy. Make your dreams real. This is once again the energy of awakening. This is also feeling like you're walking in a spider web, watching your step, being very particular. Strand by strand, not wanting to get stuck, not wanting to get caught, not wanting to be controlled by anybody else anymore. Wanting to be the one that actually pulls the strings. This is grandmother energy as well. I feel like this has something to do with your family. Have you been unsettled in your family? A sense of heavy duty or responsibility that you carry in your family, Aries? It's almost like if I don't do this, nobody will. If I don't make it out, nobody will. I have to be a success or nobody will. A huge sense of responsibility. And almost feeling like you are about to cave under the pressure of your own self, your own pressure. More of your grounding energy. Wow, take the lead. You are the one that has been taking the lead. But now it's like you taking the lead and you just doing things your way. No more living for anybody else or living life based on other people's what's right for them. You see clearly now. So this is you seeing your way through. This is also a counselor card. So you could be taking advice from somebody who is very wise and that you do trust. But this is a sense of seeing your way even through the dark. Now, finally, once again, you've got the vision. You see clearly now. You are seeing your way through the dark. It's going to come to you. Which direction that you have to go. It could very well be you taking on a role as a counselor or as a leader. A role that is very, very different than what you are doing currently. Because what you're doing currently is making you sick. Maybe literally. Frog, time to let it go. Also grounding your energy, more Cancerian energy, a sense of it's time to transform. It's time to become something different than what you were, and the past is doing nothing but holding you back. And then learn from the past. Do you want to continue to repeat this past? No. In other words, the answer to your question of what's missing is in the past. You already know it. You've already experienced it. You've already lived through this 100 times. There's enough of the pattern that's been laid out for you to catch what exactly it is catching you up. Let's go over to, I can't flip the camera around because my stand is all messed up. Let's go over to tarot and pull the full spread. And then we're going to also have your romance reading too to see Just more answers to these ever-looming questions. Aries, I'll catch you in the extended. Link is below.